Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to BWTM Sports. If you haven't already subscribed, please hit that subscribe button. We really appreciate it. Make sure you hit the notification button, the one in the corner next to the bell. Where the bell is, next to the subscribe button, there's a notification button. Make sure you touch that so then you know when our live shows are on. Also, don't forget to join our fast growing Facebook page, BWTM Sports Group, BWTM Sports Channel. You should check that out as well. Okay, so the news coming out of the Emirates is that the new manager's name won't be Thierry, it won't be Patrick, it won't be Louis or Lewis, it won't be Max. It might be a guy called Mike or Mikel. Mikel, meaning Mikel Arteta, the former Arsenal captain, who was exported to Manchester City and became part of their coaching staff. And now it looks like the saviour from Man City is going to be coming to Arsenal and becoming Arsenal manager. An interesting turn of events, you say. Well, let's look at this a little closer and see what's going on. Mikel Arteta is the strong favourite to succeed Arsene Wenger as manager at Arsenal, with productive talks having progressed between his camp and the club. Conversations so advanced that Arteta is giving thought to the people he might want in his backroom team. It is unclear whether Steve Bold would stay, with Wenger's assistant not always seen eye to with Arteta when they were together at Arsenal. The club has considered the merits of a number of managers, including Max Algeria, but the current Juventus manager wants greater control over budgets and recruitment for the next cycle of his career. Those demands do not match the Arsenal chief executive Ivan Gazidis' vision for the job, and Algeria is understood to be leaning towards staying in Turin. Arteta would be more than happy to take the job, akin to that of a head coach that would not compromise the structure put in place by Gazidis. Last November, the club appointed Dortmund's Sven Mislintat and Barcelona's Raul Sanilhi as head of recruitment and football relations, respectively. Arteta, a former Arsenal captain who played for the club from 2011 to 2016, has been working as a coach at Man City under Pep Guardiola since 2016. City's manager has said he would not stand Arteta's way if Arsenal came calling. If he decides to move because he has this option, I would not say you don't have to go. Guardiola said, I want the best for my friends, and he's a friend of mine. If he decides to go, I will be so sad decision because it's his career, his life, and ultimately his family. And this article was taken from The Guardian. It's by a gentleman by the name of David Hayter. So it's Dave, Davehytner. So Dave Hayter. So shout out to Dave for that piece of information. So it looks like Mikel Arteta is going to be joining Arsenal. It also looks that they want somebody to coach the team as opposed to being a real manager at the side, and that may cause all sorts of problems in terms of somebody else is going to bring the players into the club, and the manager's going to. That doesn't make much sense to me. Or if anything, if I'm a manager coming to a club, as I want complete control. I want complete control of the players, who's going in, who's going out, coaching staff coming in, coaching staff going out, players that I may want at my side. That is what I would want. I certainly would not want, if I'm manager coming into a club, that my purse strings are controlled, so I can't buy anybody, or anyone I buy, I have to go through to, because in a way, it doesn't really show that manager at his best, or giving him a best. It's like he's got his hands and his feet tied up before he even gets started. So decisions are made. He's powerless. So he may lack respect from players from the start, and then he might lack even more respect because he can't. He's powerless. So, I mean, there's rumours of some players already coming to Arsenal, but Wenger said only 2 players were needed. But I'm sure people outside of Arsene Wenger understand there's probably about 4 or 5 minimum world-class players that I needed for Arsenal Football Club. I don't know about you, but it sounds a complete mess to me. They've known Wenger's been going for a while, and they have not got a manager in place. It's absolutely shambolic. And Arsenal are in trouble as it is in the league. They've had a terrible end to the season, worst season ever, well, for a long while. And all those Wenger in crowd that wanted him to stay from, from after the FA Cup, Wenger in, Wenger in, Wenger in. Look where your club is today. Tell me where it's justified. I'll keep him on until the Euro League. They'll get to the final. No way would they beat Madrid, Atletico Madrid with a team like that. No chance. No way. So, you're 8th to the table. You're going to try with the European Cup. You try to win the UEFA League, and you try and win that cup, and you can't even beat certain teams away from home that are below you in the league. Oh, come on, get out of here, man. But people like to dream and dream and dream. So all those people that were backing Arsene Wenger and saying Wenger in, well, the club's in the state where it is now because of you. And of course, some people at Arsenal Football Club as well making some very poor decisions. But I'd like to have a good manager that could come in and done the business. I mean, personally, if I'm going to bring anyone at the club, it certainly won't be Mikel Arteta. I'd more likely bring Patrick Vieira. Patrick Vieira's got vast more experience, bit older, and has done a lot more work at Man City, I think, and obviously at the MLS as well. So I would like to see Patrick Vieira there, but that's not going to happen. Henry wasn't even contacted, so I don't know. But I just hope and I pray that whoever's at Arsenal is selected at Arsenal, that the person is picked on merit of ability, and not because of the way a person looks. Honestly, I'm not going to go too deep into that, but people like Vieira and Henry look a certain way, and I really am not pulling certain cards up, but Vieira got a token for hi, hello, but we're not interested in you. And Henry didn't get contacted, but Mikel Arteta, who achieved a lot less, somehow or the other, is ended up potentially being the Arsenal manager. And to me, it sounds to me that they're just going to get a yes man in, and Arteta seems to fit the mold of yes man. So I don't know. Maybe Arteta will come in and do wonders for the club. As long as, I don't know who's going to be doing the recruitment at the club, but they're saying who's doing the recruitment, but I don't know. I think you need to have a manager that is able to do what he needs to do to give him the best shot possible. And I don't know if Arsenal are giving Arteta the best shot possible, but I mean, the other thing I don't understand is this: you got a guy like Algerie, who is a top manager. You want to bring to Arsenal, but you want to control his purse strings. I don't get that. He seems to be quite successful at Juventus. He's a top quality manager. Why not? But I don't know. It'll be interesting to see how this all unfolds. But to me, Arsenal are a joke. They should have had this deal should have been over and done with and set up already. Do you know what I mean? Now Wenger's leaving, and now they're starting to interview people now. Oh, well, they've got the summer. Oh, well, they can wait until after the World Cup. That's probably the other idea as well. Bring people in before the World Cup and see their availability. At this rate, you never know. They're probably waiting for Gareth Southgate to come back after the World Cup. They're probably going to get sacked. And on a little piece of other news, Arsenal midfielder Jack Wilshere is not going to the World Cup, according to reports coming out. He's not been picked, but Shelvey has been picked. So more news there as well. So not good for Arsenal tomorrow, is it? So there you have it. Mikel Arteta, favourite now to become Arsenal manager. you kind of wonder if you just bring Wenger back. No, don't bring Wenger back. I said it before, and I'll say it again. The man for me is Ancelotti. I'll keep on saying Ancelotti's the man, but who am I? I'm just another one of these faceless individuals who the board couldn't care less about. They'll make their decisions. But it might be the reason why Wenger didn't spend the money that he did spend back then. Because if Gazidis has got these ideas in place that he doesn't want the new manager to spend X, Y, and Z, maybe we have been a bit harsh on Wenger, and maybe Wenger had his hands tied as well. Maybe. And maybe they were talking about had all this money and the this and the that. Maybe the money never was really there. And maybe Wenger didn't have the power that people thought he may have had. I don't know. But it's quite interesting. The new manager's coming in and there are all these constraints in him already. So it's interesting. Which manager in world football is going to want to come to Arsenal with a restricted budget and being told, you know what, leave the recruitment to us. You just coach the team. What kind of a manager is that? That's not good. We might have something more to do with Arsenal's Wenger's legacy as well. Is that the case? I don't know. I'm not that close into Arsenal to know these things, but there are things for us to think about. Right. Well, I'm out of here. I'm sure by maybe tomorrow, by the end of the week, we'll find out where his story is going with Mikel Arteta. Personally, I don't like the sound of it at all. But hey, Mikel Arteta might end up being the most successful Arsenal manager that ever lived. I don't think so somehow. I'm out. Don't forget to rate, subscribe, and leave your comments. What do you think about this whole Arsenal thing? And do you think they should have a manager in place already? And now, have we been too harsh on Arsene Wenger, considering the constraints that Mikel Arteta is going to be having on him if he becomes manager, or any other manager coming into Arsenal? They'll have to be working under certain constraints, budgets. Very interesting. I'm out. Take care.